So it's a continuation of what I was reading about the tons of fish and my job. So it says, also, we got some new people. The ones turned away at the dock in Seattle are now here. I think that's, there were some people at the dock in Seattle. They didn't get the job even though they got out there. And then they actually got flown in because some people quit. So it says, today though, I don't know if I'm working or not, or on standby. It says, days like this are great. Days like this are great. Because you're just chilling in the galley drinking coffee. It says right now, and this was when I was kind of in that in-between area, it says right now I'm watching a UFC fight on the TV in the galley, and we are never short on movies. There's this guy, Chewy! Chewy Gonzalez. Alright. He had a ton of movies on his laptop. Mostly burned movies and all new ones that were out in theaters in June, August, and in May. With the exception of some like Cheech and Chong, which have been out for a while. And, let's see. Also, my friend Corey received some bad news. I don't need to go into that as his business. Let's see. So the reason is my reasons of moving down from butcher deck to freezer deck. I think the main reason was it's because I didn't like getting covered in blood, guts, hearts, scales, bile, and parasitic worms, tumors, and especially the occasional jellyfish. I didn't see too many of them on the line up on the butcher deck, but we did get. I wasn't up there, but they did get some jellyfish when I wasn't up there, and I was actually working down in the freezer deck. But you never know; they hide in the fish like ninja. So, although when I was working in the canning area, I did get covered in a lot of different fluids. So, even eyeballs, just every part of the fish you can imagine it being turned into juice and then getting covered in it. Yeah. Let's see. So on July 15th, the day after my birthday, we left Yugashik. Let's see. It says, we did all the fishing we could. Right now the ship's moving to meet up with our sister, the Seabird. Just as I moved out of my last room 304, let's see. This guy Justin, this guy Justin, he was like the pirate with the silver tongue. He decided to hop on the Seabird home. He had some personal stuff going on, and that's his business. He told me not to say nothing about it, so that's all I'm going to say about it. Still honor his word. But the funny thing is, he actually he needed some money because, like anyone who quits or gets fired, you only go so far, and then everything else is your expense if you need to get back to Seattle. So, I ended up selling him a lot of my stuff because on the boat, it's important to have stuff. So I ended up selling him at least $80 worth of product, which would include like foot powder, medicated foot powder, some other stuff. I forget. It was like some toiletries and other stuff that, because. Oh wait, no, I actually ended up buying stuff from him. So, but that's because he needed the money for a ticket and stuff. So anyway, that's his thing. So, July 18th. Yeah, we were going to. It says we were going along the Aleutian Islands, heading to Dutch Harbor. It was a Friday at 8:53 in the morning. So it says, so we're on our way to Dutch Harbor, Unalaska. There we will fish. I don't think that's Unalaska. I think that's wrong. I don't know. Maybe. It says there we will fish and process pink salmon. We didn't actually end up doing that, but that was just speculation. It says, on the boat we were mostly doing sockeye and on some rare occasions some king salmon. Those are some big fish. You literally have to cut the king's head off with the machete. I watched it. It was amazing. They literally just like, go get the machete. Woo! Bam! Hack that a couple times and the head's gone, and then they pass it down the butcher deck, and then it comes sliding down to the panning area, and it's just like, damn! Like, you grab it, put it in the thing, and it's like fucking 30 pounds right there. So, and with the panning area, you can't put whatever fish you want, into a pan. You know, you have to go by color grades. Red goes with red, orange goes with orange, blues goes with blues, blah 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 blah. And only certain fish go into certain categories depending on their quality and actually what type of fish they are. Pink salmon, you don't find those in the red, which is the good quality. You don't find pink salmon in that. They're mostly chum fish, so you'll find them at the highest probably in blue. At the lowest, definitely in black, which is, I mean, dare I need say what black and green fish are. They're literally black and green. That's how disgusting. I mean, panning black and green quality fish. Oh God, it's getting covered in the most disgusting, vile fluid you can dream of. You know, all the bad stuff I can say. There's so much good stuff that happened here, but you know, you just have to deal with all the bad. That's all it is. You just have to deal and keep going. Yeah. So yeah. Right now I'm looking out the galley porthole. They have to literally cut the king's head off with the machete. See, out in the ocean today is more green islands, blizzard-ridden mountain ranges, and this is the illusions, and craggy volcanoes. I got to see volcanoes! It was amazing. It wasn't that great, but just seeing them for the first time, giant frozen volcanoes. You could literally, if this were Minecraft, you could literally just build a villain lair. It was the perfect place, I swear. It was like if you loaded a map in Minecraft and all of a sudden it was like a giant mountain hole that was like, that said Dr. Doom on it, you'd be like, yeah, I'm building here. Like, you know, like a comet hit a mountain and it was sudden, like, it was, I don't know, that's just how the volcanoes looked. They were really cool. So this will give you a better view of what it was like out here. So the more of like the policies of the boat. So it is another world, more different world out here. Out here, a lot of rules, civilities, commodities, and people are unexpected vegetables in a giant beef stew. I don't know how to describe that. Like so far, here are some boat knows and don'ts. And these are mine that I learned. I don't know if they apply to everyone, but these are mine. Cigarettes are like money. They are money, okay? Because the cartons of cigarettes were $20. Of Marlboro cigarettes, cartons of Marlboros were $20. And back in the States, how much are they? At least $60. So yeah, they were like money. Sleep is priceless. That is number 2. Sleep is priceless. 3. Engage in mortal combat away from the cameras. That should explain itself. 4. I don't need that to say that. It's pretty aggressive. 5. Yeah, talk about... well, I can't say half of that because I would probably get this video removed off of YouTube really quick. But basically, derogatory talk about, I guess, women, everything you could think of, is pretty much welcome because there's no girls on the boat. So after a while, you're just like sitting there fantasizing, like, man, I wish this and that, and then you start making jokes, and sexism comes into play, and just woof, yeah. You know, I'm not saying I wasn't part of it because I was. So, but you know, it's just how things affect the mind. It's how you get through things. Is like, you know, you can't be like dull. You can't be like, you know, you just try to. It's just different out there. It's not the same as being on land. The rules of things. How social situations are approached, totally different. Even some laws out there don't apply out like inland. They do not, like, laws on land will not apply out in the sea. Surprise. That's something I didn't know that would be that way, but hey, that's how it works. See, 6, talk is talk. Never listen to anyone or anything. 7, don't think and work. Go into autopilot. You will last longer. Important. 8, Uh, yeah. So do your business off the bow, which is like number one, I guess. You know, if you need to go pee, do it off the bow. Never in the bathroom, because you have to go up in the bathroom. You have to track in all the muck, all the blood, wherever you're working, all the bacteria comes into the boat, and then you literally have to take off all your rain gear, your layers of clothing to just even go to the bathroom. And that's not how you want to spend your bathroom break. You just want to pee and then go back. You just get as much work done as possible. Always clean your rain gear, because if you don't, you're going to wake up to your next shift and your rain gear is going to be rotten and disgusting. Okay? Clean your rain gear. Wash your clothes. It's important. Okay. 10. Change your socks on your pee break. Yes, because if your socks are wet, time to change them. You do not want to get trench foot. I have had trench foot. It is the worst. Okay? When it's the entirety of both your feet, it is impossible to stand. No, not impossible. It is, you want to stand because you have to, because your job is more important than anything out there. Your job is everything. Okay? Even more important than having trench foot. Okay? So don't get trench foot. Change your socks. Protect your feet. Feet is important. Okay? Medicated foot powder was the most valuable thing on that boat. I swear. More valuable than maybe even cigarettes. Okay? It was like gold. And I actually had a giant thing of it too, and so good for me. You could probably trade an entire Goldman's medicated foot powder for, and I'm talking like the biggest thing you can find of it, for at least 2 cartons of smokes, which in turn is $40 on the boat. But being that, you know, foot powder is more valuable, you definitely get that. And then if you keep those cartons of smokes, ta-da, back in the States, guess how much that is? $120. But don't do that, it's illegal, so don't do that. Okay, so anyway, don't shave. Beards are helpful. 12, theft is punishable by brute force, which actually applies to engage in mortal combat away from the cameras. So anyway, oh yeah, it says, so anyway, on the boat, your dreams will sometimes be of work. And that was exactly what it was for me. I would wake up in the middle of my shift, or not shift, but in the middle of my sleep, and I was like, oh, I'm late for work. Oh, I better start working. And I would sit there half asleep, and I would be like, I'd be panning, and I'd be like putting fish into a pan, and then sending it off down a line that wasn't even there. Or I would start doing freezer plates, and I'd just be like while I'm sleeping. You know, and I was fully aware, but I thought I was working. Literally, because when you're working those kinds of hours and then you just go straight to sleep afterward, take showers, sometimes you don't. And then you hear the factory in the background all the time. You'll wake up in the middle of the night. I did, and it was like, shit, I'm late for work. And I'd start working, like, you know? And I would get super paranoid about what time it was on my clock. Like, I would literally go to sleep, wake up a half hour, and look at my clock, and I'd be like, all right, I have an hour left to sleep. And I'd go back to sleep, wake up, 45 more minutes. Okay. Wake up a half hour, and I'd get up and do whatever I needed to do and then go to work. That's how it was. Yep.